Welcome, I'm JV with CyberNU, and today we're going to go over how to do a fresh installation of Windows 10. And in this instance specifically, I'm going to be doing it on a virtual machine. So if you have your own little virtual machine setup going on, what you need to do is create a VM first, and then when you go to settings, so you right click on your VM, hit settings, you're going to put the actual ISO into your CD DVD SATA drive right here. Make sure it's connect at power on, and then ensure that you actually have the path right here to your ISO. If you're just installing it via your physical CD-ROM drive, just open that up, pop in the Windows 10 CD, and then push it back in. And then I'm going to go ahead and start this up. And then what you're usually going to do is, on most computers, you're going to want to press F2, which is going to bring you into your little BIOS. And then just ensure that the boot order has CD-ROM drive at the top. And in this instance it does. If it didn't, you can just go to where it is. So CD-ROM drive right here, minus to bring it down, plus to go it up. And just keep CD-ROM drive at the top. Once you have that, go to exit, and then hit enter to exit and saving changes, and then hit next. And then once you do that, it'll restart, and then you're going to be met with the press any key to boot from CD or DVD, and then just hit any key. I usually just hit enter. It's up to you really. And then it's going to go ahead and load up the actual Windows 10 image. So give that a moment here. Once that finishes uploading, you're going to be met with the Windows setup screen. Here you can change the language to whichever language is available to you. For me, it's just English. And then the time and currency format, I'm going to keep that as English as well. Same thing with the keyboard or input method. I'm going to keep that as US. And then you just hit next, and then hit install now. It'll do a little setup is starting screen. This takes about about a minute or so. Once it finishes up that screen, just hit I accept the license terms. You can read through it at your own discretion. Once you've completed that, hit next, and then you're going to want to click on custom install Windows only. We're not doing an upgrade, we're doing a fresh installation, so we're going with the custom install Windows only. And then here is where you're going to specify which partition or drive you would like to use. In my case, I have a 60 gig drive right here. So I'm going to select the drive 0 partition 2, total size being 59.5 gigs actually. I'm going to go with that one just because that is the most appropriate in my case. So I'm going to click next after I did that, and now it's actually going to go through the installation of Windows, which can take from any time between 5 minutes to 20 minutes. If you had an enterprise edition of Windows or something along those lines, it might have given you more options than just going through the installation directly. You might have had another step where it asks you if you want to do a standard Windows 10 installation, home Windows 10 installation, or enterprise, something along those lines. But since mine is just a personal one, it didn't really give me that option, so I just was able to go through the installation without choosing those options. After the installation is complete, it'll restart, and then since you set it as booting up as CD and DVD drive, it might ask you to potentially hit any key. Just ignore that message, and then it'll boot up regularly and go into the actual process of setting up Windows. Which you can see right now it's doing.
Need to stay quiet. Just select the little microphone icon towards the bottom of your screen. If you need an assistive screen reader, press the Windows, Control, and Enter keys at the same time to turn on narrator. Okay, enough intro. Let's dig in.
Does still use Cortana in order to finish the installation.
Your region is set to United States.
So is
that right?
The rest of this, which is me specifying which region I'm in. I'm going to go ahead and hit next.
Your keyboard is set to US. Do you
US,
also
hit
type with
yes.
another keyboard layout?
I might hit skip because the only thing I use is the US keyboard.
Now we have some important setup to do.
And like I said, she's going to be running us through the rest of this installation itself. Setting us up with a couple of key things.
Now let's see what's new from Windows. To use the info I need to do my best work?
You can also set up Cortana to help you out. In this case, I'm going to hit decline.
Windows can save your spot in apps, files, and websites, so you can keep doing what you were doing even when you switch devices. Just choose Yes to sync your activity. These are the settings Microsoft recommends. Go ahead and review them and select Accept when you're ready.
Tailor them to yourself. If you don't really want Microsoft to know your location, or you don't really want to use speech in any way, shape, or form, or any of these other options, I'd read them carefully. Just ensure that you have the thing selected that you want Microsoft to know about and actually use.
Almost done now. We just need to get a few more things polished up for you, and Windows will be all yours. Looking forward to helping out.
And now, once you actually see this screen where it says hi, it's going to finish up the installation itself, and we should potentially get greeted with the welcome screen in order for us to log in. Now, like I said, after that hi screen, it'll go through those additional steps. Nothing for you to do, and then you should be greeted with either a welcome screen where you input your username and password, or you get greeted with the actual desktop screen. And with that, you have successfully installed Windows 10 on your personal computer. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you again.